Let's go ahead and talk about the one and only album that we have today, Tory Lanez Peterson, the album that he put out while he was in jail. I actually got it physically on vinyl because I like to support the artists and the music that I really
Hey,
like.
that's so sad. I'm sorry, B, that you gave him that one sale. That boy said, Yo, let's ship this out quick to go on the first week sales." Boy, they tried to they tried to ship them things out quick, boy.
Yeah, they did. But B, I want to hear your takes on this first because for people that don't know, I am a Tory Lanez fan. I was a Tory Lanez
Mhm.
fan before the shooting. I'm a Tory Lanez fan after the shooting. That's not for me to say like, oh, I think he did it or I don't think he did it. I'm not here to talk about any of that crap because I don't care. I'm here to talk about the music because that's what I'm a fan of. The music. Just gotta put that disclaimer out there, B, because some people they'll
Yeah.
see it in the title, thumbnail. They're like,
You're
oh,
a Tory Lanez apologist.
yeah, and I'm just like, I don't give a F if he did it or if he didn't do it. I'm not here to say whether he did it or not. I don't give a F. I listened to all of Meg's music last year. I didn't get that. So I could listen to Tory, god dang it. There was a funny joke though, because Tory Lanez mentions Chris Brown in the album. They said abusers supporting abusers. And I'm like, oh boy, if you knew all everybody in Hollywood, oh boy, you be changing that too quick. But B, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
My thoughts on this album, my thoughts on Tory Lane in general, my history with him. I listened to him for years through high school. Not wasn't like no big fan of him. It just he had things out there that I like. Then he started putting out the chicks tapes and some of his slower stuff when he get in that little bag. I'm a fan of his last album, not the last album, but the album about Heartbreak Prom or whatever prom,
Alone
what
at
that
prom,
was. Alame Prom had some good stuff on there. You know what I mean? But I never
perfect album. B, what are you talking about?
it had some good stuff on there.
Perfect
Uh
album. But keep going.
had some good stuff on there. It never was a full album from Tory Lanez that I truly enjoyed. I don't think I ever had that as me listening to him for almost 10 plus years. And listen to this album right here. What I will say, I will give a, you know, the engineering was done really well for him being in jail. Yeah, it's points where you could tell that, that his vocals was kind of getting a little overpowered on some tracks, but overall I think it was a really good job of how they presented this to us and made it palatable. But we're gonna talk about the music. Let's talk about the music. He shouldn't have put this out, B. He should have gave me 10 tracks. B, 20 tracks? An hour and 27 of Jailhouse Rock? Get this out of here, bro. I don't want to hear this man acting like he's freaking Nelson Mandela, like he's a freedom fighter, like bringing up Pac in the interlude. Boy, you ain't no Tupac, boy.
What about the Donald
Boy,
Trump
you shot a
AI?
woman in her foot if you did allegedly. Try to shoot at Rock Nation. Boy had his dad preaching at the end of the song. B, you know what I did? Skip. I'm like, get this man off out here, boy. I skipped that so fast. Excuse my French. I skipped that so quick. I'm like, get this out of here. Boy had his son on here. Free Tory, free my dad. I mean, get this out of here. Had his little brothers on here. Get this out of here. Give me like 10 tracks, bro. I know you in jail, but you don't gotta mention it all the time. Like everything had to coincide with the jail. Oh, we'll not get home. Like nigga, when you get home, he gonna smash this chick. When he get home, he gonna be on. I'm like, oh man, hey, I know my niggas. They gonna like that. Like he shouted them out. Man, get up out of here. And then the album cover be like, let's get away from the music. Boy got the AK-47 on his M16, whatever that is. Boy got a little biceps. He like a little turtle, B. You know how a little turtle be? Up under their little shell like a ninja turtle. He
You
like
know
a little
that
stubby
you
ninja
know that
turtle,
meme of
bro.
that little baby that looked like he was doing,
Yes,
going out
bro.
to the gym. That's what he
Yes.
looked like.
He should have made this cover black. Then he got his hands in his pocket. Man, but B. It's some stuff on here. I'm like, okay, this sounds pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, there's some stuff I'm like, yo, this would be hey, if he was out of the cell, I think this would be dope. And then like I just feel like I know he has a lot to say, like wanting to put out some music. He's like, man, I found the way to put out music. Let me do it. Let me do it. Ooh, let me put out the music. Bro, you did too much, bro. Like you made these songs this long. It dragged on, B. It felt like a chore. I listened to this once, one time only. I'm not listening to this again. I'm not going back to this project. Tory Lanez, you putting out something like this, bro, over explaining, talking about your lawyer was clicked in, connected with Rock Nation and all that. That's your problem. You didn't do the proper procedures and the freaking information on your people doing the research to figure out. That's your fault that your freaking label was connected. Oh, my bad, B.
Mhm.
Ah, ah. That was your fault that your freaking people didn't get into in a way of knowing what this lady who she was connected to, and then you was realized that she was connected with them later on after the she quit. You quit before I fired you, bro. That's your fault. All this stuff leads to your fault. Oh, she twerking, but she can't take the weenie. Oh, all this because I was smashing, bro. All of it falls on you. Be more responsible and take the accountability. Just Tori, I'm tired of hearing about this whole Megan stuff. You in jail because you in jail. Nobody sacrificed you and put you behind themselves because you was doing something so revolutionary that we had to get rid of Tory Lanez. They had to get rid of him. B. It's a conspiracy. Man, get Tory Mandela up out of here, bro. Tory, Tory Machiavelli, Tory Shakur, get him out of here. I don't want to hear this, B. I couldn't vibe with this because I'm like, I don't want to hear you trying to serenade women, bringing up Iggy so many times. I'm like, who? Okay, now you trying to stab at Travis Scott. Oh yeah, not Travis Scott, but
Playboy Cardi.
Playboy Cardi. And I said Iggy, but she don't hit me no more. Oh, if I see Doechii or something like that, I'm like, man, get up out of here, bro. And then he said he coming home at the end of the album in 2025, his release date. Did he say that? Or he just
He
speaking
said
that in
something like that.
fruition?
I think he's speaking it into fruition.
But Tory, bro, I didn't need this. And I'm not the Tory Lanez fan to be going to your music, bro. Like, I don't listen to your music like that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, B. That's how I feel about this album. I just think Tory Lanez should just do his time. Just do it. I'm done.
All right. Going into this album, it's obviously prefaced that it is a sequel to his album Daystar, which is the album that he put out, kind of like his Me Against the World, before he got sent to jail because of the whole Meg thing.
I ain't even mentioned that, and I ain't listened to that Daystar stuff. I didn't listen.
Yeah, because he throws shots at like all the people that was like, already putting the claims on him. Him talking
He had
about,
to
oh, if
clip
I
them
go to
all.
jail, so
He
and
had to
so.
clip them all in there, right? Like a snippet of them all saying how he a nigga.
I
Excuse my
think
French.
so. I
Yeah, I
think
remember
so.
that. Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, going into this album, his previous album, previous few albums before this one was Daystar, which was his self-titled album, and this is supposed to be the sequel, Peterson, which is his last name. Going into this album, we already knew that this was supposed to be the jail call stuff. Over the last year, he's been releasing a whole bunch of his loosies and singles that he just never had on streaming. So I thought that was a good move to do while he was putting out also his songs called Prison Tapes, which he should have put that in a collection as well. But going into this album, I didn't have high hopes or expectations, especially when we got the track list. I looked at that and I was worried. I was like, "Ooh, there's some names on here I don't know. It's a lot of tracks." And then when we got the album the day of, I'm like, "Ooh, an hour and 20? Like, I get it. You in jail. You got a lot to say, but you could say it within an hour. You don't need an hour and
Mhm.
20. A lot of people don't. You're not about to give me this sonically enthralling and enthusing world. You're not giving me the finale to your discography like a weekend. Don't do this to me. But going into this album, I think what I liked about it was that one, it was mixed very well, especially with us knowing that, he was doing all this stuff over the jail phone or whatever, or at least some type of technology where his engineer was able to get it, mix it well enough. You could tell what stuff, because some stuff kind of sounded at some points where it wasn't like, it was just like a leftover Tory song, because I was just like, this sounds a bit too clear, and your auto tune and your voice is like perfectly how it was before you went to jail. Because me as a Tory Lanez fan, I can sometimes tell, like, a lot of the times I'm like, okay, he sounds different, obviously because he's on the jail phone, which I don't have a problem with. I'm giving that album grace on that context right there. Uh, but he does sound a bit different on some of these songs, which isn't a problem. But it does sound a bit weird when it comes to the mixing, and he's trying to do the singing, and I'm just like, like I'm like, it's not bad, but you could definitely tell like it's like compressed. And like I said, I give this album grace because it is doing it over the jail phone, but there was too much music in here. That's my biggest problem with this project. Too much music, a lot of unnecessary stuff, a lot of blow, a lot of fat. Honestly, for me personally, I thought that like thematic of him being in jail. I want to be free. Like I'm in here. I'm locked up wrongfully for something I didn't do. I'm having all these revelations while I'm in jail. I like those concepts and those themes in the earlier half of the album. But to me, you start dragging it out for a while. Like I said, I like these concepts and themes thematically because we're getting a real life view of how he feels while he's living it. And he titles this album, the album by a prisoner for the prisoners. And so there's certain slang terms like I didn't know what white lightning
So
was, which I
so
assume is like hooch. So like, I didn't know that was what like white lightning was. But go ahead, B.
so it's for the prisoners. He's singing to the prisoners. He can't wait till he get home to get at them prisoners.
Nah, he wants no, he's putting on the show B while he's on the phone so the prisoners could hear him. That's
Uh,
why. But also B,
uh,
you didn't like the concept of when he was free, or I mean when he was doing his like, one verse thing and then the fight
uh-huh.
broke out and then he went back to rapping afterward. You didn't like that, B?
Oh,
B, come on.
okay.
Revolutionary. Come on, B. Come on. No one else could think of like that. He has Max B on here. He has a lot of features on here, a lot of no names I don't really care for. A lot of people I didn't care to hear for when I heard the features themselves. He throws his little shots here and there. He talks about Meg, but it takes a while for him to actually talk about Meg, which I'm glad he isn't relying on like, oh, Meg is the reason why I'm in here, even though technically in that situation, kind of. But him being around her led him into that situation. I'm not saying she is the problem. I don't know what happened in that situation, nor am I here to tell people how they should feel. But there's some stuff I really liked on here, like, oh, like, he's in his Machiavelli bag now, B. He's a different person. That jail has made him a different person. He's surrounded by these four walls. He has no control, no autonomy of what he's able to do. He's telling us some stuff that we really wasn't privy to, like his relationship with Iggy Azalea, which I didn't really know of, but I really don't care about their personal life like that. But to get these revelations, him talking about certain stuff, him, rapping just to rap, even though, I was told on Twitter that he is just an R&B singer. He was never really a rapper. I don't know where that
Was it
point came.
more singing on here to you, or to rapping?
It was more rapping, especially in the first 12 tracks, but he started singing once he got to like the phone sex and the FaceTime, which a lot of the singing songs on here really wasn't for me, especially when they were more so geared towards the ladies. And so like those
That was
songs,
for the prisoners though.
true. But maybe they all hit that same prisoner and they all went through that same emotion, B. I mean that same officer lady, that cop lady. Maybe they did that. And maybe they also had the
All
phone sex
women.
and FaceTime. But going through this, a lot of bloat, a lot of fat. Some stuff on here I'm just like, dang, Tori, like you didn't need to like. For me, like I said, the first 1 to 12 tracks, oh, yeah, 1 to 12, I'm cool, perfect,
Right.
especially thematically, conceptually, and all that type of stuff. Like I said, he's living this in the moment, and we're getting this while he's in there. But I feel like this was just dragged out too long. I didn't need a lot of these songs. I didn't need a lot of these songs where they're kind of like two other features on here. I'm like, I don't really care for these guys. Like, I don't know. And I get that these are like his family members, friends, loved ones, and all that. Yeah, don't care. You could have put this as a deluxe or something to make the album a lot more concise. And then at the end, when he's like, oh, like I wish like Kendrick would have shot at me. He was trying to be me. I'm gonna shoot at Doechii, but I'm not gonna shoot at her DMs because I don't want to, mess up my chances. I'm just like, Tori, now it feels like you cloud chasing. Now it feels like you're cloud chasing. But despite all that, like I said, I like the first 1 through 12 tracks. Perfect to me. Everything else after that, I'm just like, okay, too bloated. Like I said, conceptually, thematically, idea wise, I like the first 1 through 12 tracks. If that would have been the album, perfect album. 10 out of 10 for me. Especially when you put in the context of the situation of where he's at, what he's in, and all that type of stuff. 10 out of 10 for the first 12 tracks. After that, it starts to get bloated. I didn't need those other 8 tracks afterwards. You could have kept the 20. I didn't care for the Bria's interlude flip either. I'm a Tory Lanez fan, like I said. This isn't one of my favorite Tory projects. This one wasn't. I was in the middle of the road with this. I gave this a 2.5 out of 5. There was some stuff on here that I liked, obviously. There's some stuff on here that I don't like, and there's some stuff that I could literally do without. Especially that Gangland X Fargentina Forever. That song felt like forever at 7 minutes. Then the last song when he was talking about Chris Brown, lent him some money, the only one that helped him out when he needed some bread, some cash, in the situation he was in because all his accounts got frozen. He started crying on the end of the track. Uh, like I said, keep the last track, put that at track
He
13.
was crying. I didn't even notice that.
He said, "You a real Negro, bro." Like he was a real one. When I call my celebrity friends, like you didn't hear him tearing up me. That's why I'm
Oh, that's
saying,
probably
like,
what I probably skipped that.
yeah, it's when he was doing all the talking at the end, basically like Kanye's.
Oh, you talking about the oh at the end? Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely skipped that. I heard him talk about Chris Brown in a song, but
yeah. No,
But
he
him, he
actually
said,
brought him up again, but actually talking.
"Oh, I skipped that shit." He's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get all my shout outs now." I said, "Skip."
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of stuff. It was a lot of this. Half of the album is bloat. So I hate to say that, and I really wanted Tory to create a really good body of work, and I get why he's doing this. If I put the context in, yes, he's in jail. He can't put music out like that, yada yada woo woo woo. But because I'm judging this based off of the music, I got to. So yeah, I gave it like a 2.5 out of 5. The first 12 tracks, add the last track. That's all you really need from this project. I think that this album was way too long for what it needed to be. But yeah. If y'all do like Tory Lanez, or if you want to hear more Tory Lanez and a better Tory Lanez, Chicks Tape 2 through 5, God dang it, Alone at Prom, God dang it, Playboy, whatever that album is called, Date Night, whatever the
Mhm.
album was called, whole bunch of other projects that you can listen to besides this one. And I get it,
Hey
he has
man,
restrictions, he's in jail, but R. Kelly, God dang it, said that he had 25 albums ready. What are you doing in there, Tory? You could have made some better conceptual songs. You could have made 2 to 3 albums based off of all this music you
he
put
got
out.
he got to link up with a Tory engineer.
Facts. I need that. I need that. R. Kelly was even singing on that podcast. I had him as a guest on there on the jail phone.
Boy, want them jailhouse bars, man. That jail R&B. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts. Make a whole new genre. But yeah, disappointing project. Yeah, sad.
Hey man, he got the jailhouse blues, man. Yo, hey, Tory, bro, just concentrate on like not dropping the soap. Keep it real tight. Help your
B,
homies.
you didn't hear him say like when he got in the corner, he knew what time it was, and someone got up.
Yeah, they shank. Yeah, I know they been hemming his little butt up, but you know what I mean. Not like like picking his little butt up. Like, hey,
Nah, you went somewhere else.
hey,
What's that
nah,
boy's
man.
name? The one that used to have as your profile picture?
Which
Pipe.
one? Oh, you talking about
Uh,
Wesley Pipes?
yeah, Wesley Pipes.
Oh my God.
Oh,
But nah, but nah, man. Overall, bro, this album was just too bloated for me. It had some cuts on here I like, but I will not return back to it. Tory Lanez, I'll say just I know this is probably very therapeutic for you. You know what I mean? You get to sing and rap and do your thing. You locked up in that celly, but I'm just not. I don't think I'm gonna listen to any more of like a full project from him in prison if he has to put it out a 2 hour long project. Like that's just too much, bro. An hour 27, bro. I could have watched like 2 episodes of like Atlanta or something if I wanted to watch a show or something. I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. I'm good. B, it wasn't worth it. He should just
yeah, I
gave us
listened
like
to it
12,
twice.
12 tracks. Twice?
I just wanted
I
to make
got
sure I
everything.
was good, B, because I was
B,
like, maybe I was tripping the
B,
first time.
me listening to the first time was enough for me. When I know an album is enough for me, is when I'm like, I don't want to hear this no more.
Mm.
And I'm like, I don't want to go back and listen to this. It
I've
was
done that
so
for plenty of
long.
albums.
That was
I,
one of these.
I
I'm
every
like,
time we do a
damn.
review, besides the Boss Man D-Lo, I listen to the albums multiple times, even if I don't like it.
I do too. But I'm just saying, when I get to a point when I'm like, I don't want to hear this no more, I should have hit you up like, yo, B, this might be a solo for you. Because I can't do it. I almost couldn't finish it. I'm like, this is too long.
Pause.
Especially when he had his dad on there yapping, talking about, yo, my dad was saying some stuff that came into fruition, and y'all turned it to a meme. Man, get up out of here.
He was a
I skipped your
Machiavelli B?
dad. Skipped your dad. What's his name?
I
Night
don't know his
Star, or
name.
whatever his name is. Get him out of
Or
here.
Sunstar, whatever his name is.
Yeah, man. Y'all
Yeah.
get out of here.
But yeah,
Get
that's
out of
it for
here,
Tory
man.
Lanez as Peterson. Let us know what y'all think about this down in the comment section down below. Remember, talk about the music, not the context surrounding it.
Hey,
Um,
man.
or your feelings about his personal life. I don't care about that.
Mm-mm.
But
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture